So hi guys, so today I'm coming back with some very yummy recipe. We just fried our sausages and now we're frying up our onions. You really have to be generous with this. If you want to get some yummy chips masala, careful not to burn your onions. I'm adding some garlic and ginger minced and just stirring up. So, like I mentioned, don't careful not to burn your onions because if you're going to burn them, then your chips masala will have some not so appealing taste. Yeah, so just stir up for like a minute. You don't want to do it for too long because now with garlic, if you do it for too long, it also gets a bit bitter. So yeah, uh-huh. Mm. Then next, I'll be adding some tomato sauce, like let's say 2 spoons, 2 tablespoons for the amount of chips that I want to put in here, or let's say just enough for my family members. So yeah, that is almost done. So I'll have to pick up another pack and add more. And don't you worry, if you don't have tomato paste, you can always use some tomatoes. Just cut them into very thin slices so that you can make sure that they cook well. Better yet, you can peel off the skin and just chop off your tomatoes to make sure that they will just cook evenly. Then I'm adding some carrots. I know you're wondering carrots on chips masala. Yeah, I just love the pop of color and I also love how when you taste them together with the chips, it brings up some this burst of taste on your mouth. Then I'm adding some capsicum. Those who call them sweet pepper or better yet hoho. I've chopped them up in some small pieces. You can always slice them even into strips like I've done with the carrots. There's no rule here really. As long as you get the concept of making the masala, you can play around with anything that you want to add here. So you don't want to do it for too long. I'm adding in my spices. I'm going with some garam masala, some cumin, some Dhana jeera, some Pilau masala, and paprika. And then I'm gonna keep stirring just a little bit. This is a meal that takes less than 10 minutes to make because you want at the end of it all, you want the carrots to be crunchy, a little bit crunchy. I'm going in with some salt. This is also another step that should be very careful because you don't want to get them too salty because you also be adding some soy sauce and soy sauce has some salt. So you'd rather add salt at the end once you taste than being too generous with it and not being able to eat all this sweetness. So yeah, like I was saying, we don't want to get the carrots to be soggy. We don't want the pepper to be soggy either. So this is a process that you don't want to take too long. So yeah, just look at that already. I know. Can you imagine this over some white rice? I know. Too simple, right? So yeah. Next, I'll add in the sausages that we started at the start of the video. We started frying the sausages. So we've just cut them into strips and just add them in there. You can add any protein that you like. You can also add fried eggs, beef, chicken, anything really. But as long as it's pre-cooked, because like I said, these are processes that you want to take less than 10 minutes. So I'm going in with some hot and sweet. Hot and sweet contains a little bit of pepper. So, hey, if you, I wouldn't say a little bit. The sweet may fool you, but it really has pepper. Um, but if you don't like heat on your food, then just use sauce, just plain old sauce. Or if your kids don't take pepper at all, just skip that and just add sauce. If you like even more heat, the when I'm so sure that my kids are not having this, I would add either cayenne or black pepper. I'm going in with some ketchup just to add a little bit of twist. Again, be careful. That's why I was saying be careful with the salt because the sauces contain a little bit of salt, especially ketchup. Yeah, that's me showing you what I just used. So yeah, just mix it up. Add a little bit of sugar. Sugar is just to balance out or the acidity. We've put so many spices and the tomato paste and the tomato sauce, so we have to balance it out. Yes, that's a pro tip there. Just look at that. Whenever you're using tomato paste and tomato sauce together, or tomato paste and the normal tomatoes, always add a little bit of sugar just to balance out the acidity. Then in I go with the pre-cooked chips and that are not really hot, not ile moto mingi mingi, because if they are too hot, then they're going to start to going crumbling up. And also, you have to be very careful when turning, because if you're not careful, you're going to get some mushy mushy things that you're not so proud to call chips masala. I'm sorry if I'm sounding weird because I'm doing a voiceover over this video because the drama that was behind the scenes, you couldn't have heard anything that I was saying. The kids were all over the place. Chips, 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 chips. You'd think there was a protest in my kitchen. But yeah, that's how much I love this meal. And it's also a great hit when it comes to my other hustle that is on and off. I have clients that are almost killing me for not delivering this. But yeah, it's very simple to make, right? In there, I'm going with some, do you call them cilantro? I think so. Or better yet, Dhana. Just for a twist and the color and the taste. And that's the last thing you want to add when you're about to plate because they are very easy to cook. So you don't need to add them at the start of your meal for anything that you're making, really. So, yeah, there you go. How simple was that? Right? Very, very easy. What's stopping you from making this? I know in Kenya right now the price of potato, waru, has come down. So let me know if you'll be trying this. Let me know how you're going to do yours. What's that one thing that you're going to add? There you go. Very simple. That's me being very careful not to crumble them up and make them so mushy. We are not making mokimo here. We're making chips masala. That's me being generous with my dhania. Just how lovely is that, right? So key things to note for this meal: have enough sauce to go around your chips and balance out your spices. You don't have to use the spices that I've used. That's the greatness with the art of cooking. Once you've learned the concept and of making something, you can always adjust to your own liking. There we go. Already plated. I'm already salivating it. I already had the meal. But it's too yummy, too yummy. It's something I never, never, never get bored of having this meal. As always, thank you so much for always being here, always tuning in. I don't take you for granted. My day one fans, I'll never, ever, ever take you for granted. Thank you so much for the support. Let's keep on liking, subscribing, sharing. Let's get others learning these goodies and these awesome things that we do here. Thank you. Mwah.